All right, so what I would like to do now is actually save our image that we're uploading to our Blob storage in Vercel. So I'm back in my Vercel project here. I go back to storage, exploration for Blob. You should have created this in the first video, so if you didn't, make sure you go back. Make sure you have your Blob read-write token in your environmental variables. And this is an example of the code. It's very, very simple. Now, I want to do this definitely from the server side. I should be doing this from the server. So the way I'm going to do this is I will, oh shoot, hold on. Do I have that here? Yeah, this is what I need. Okay, good. So we're going to create an API route. And the API route is actually going to be the thing that uploads the image. So we will go to our source. We're going to create a new folder, API. And then I am going to create a folder called avatar. And then we'll create a file called route.ts. So this is going to be an API route. I'm going to use a post request. Just out of convention, it makes sense. Export async function post request. And then we have to use form data. And the reason we have to use form data, in order to send a blob, it has to be submitted as a form. We can't send it as JSON. It doesn't convert to JSON correctly. So in order to get the image correctly, we need it to be in form data. And we'll see how we submit the form later. But we'll say const form data equals await request.form data. And then we'll say image, const image equals form data dot get image. Now, the other thing we need to do is validate our user. So we're going to import, it was from our client, no, sorry, from the server. We're going to import this create client function. And that's just going to verify that our user is correct. So we'll say import create client, and we want the server one. Now, this is important because it's possible to, like, we could use Postman to force, to send post request, custom post requests. And if we don't validate that the ID of the actual user that's logged in is the same as the ID that we're trying to store the image under, we're going to have a problem. And the reason we're going to have a problem is because we could end up with a situation where people are uploading images for other people's avatars. And we definitely don't want that to happen. So we're going to do the Supabase stuff. So it's going to be const Supabase equals create client. And then it was, let's take a look here. We need to get the user. Oh, we have it in layout as well. I'm just trying to find the example so I don't have to remember everything. My goodness. App layout. There we go. So it's get user. Okay. Hold on, sorry. Let's go and split this to the right just so we have it readily here. Let's close down some of these tabs. There we go. All right, so create client, await create client. There we go. And then const user equals await supabase.auth.get user. And if there's no user, they shouldn't be uploading. So we're going to have an error here. I want to put an error in. Error handling. We'll just put a message. I think status code. Where's status code? I can't put a status code. It's fine. I'll deal with that later. So basically, we're going to be returning. Oh, I'm in the wrong. Wait, no, I'm in the right thing. We're going to return response. We'll say if not user, return response.json, and it's going to be message must be logged in. So this is basically going to return a message that says, hey, you can't send this post request if you're not logged in. And then our form is going to have the image data, but it should also have the profile ID. So we'll say ID equals form data dot get ID. So image and ID. And then we'll say if ID does not equal user.data.user.id, and it wants me to null check that. Let's go ahead and do that here. Or user.not user.data.user, like that. There we go. And then I can get rid of this because I'm null checking it there. You guys starting to understand TypeScript typing? It's getting there for me. You know, I understand the processes that are going on under the hood, and I'm able to, okay, so if we null check it here, then later we don't have to null check it again. If this doesn't work, then we're going to return response.json message must invalid user ID or something like that. Good. So now we go back over to here and we can see how to send in, where to go? Where's our blob? There we go. Now we're going to import put from Vercel blob. Oh, we have to install the blob. Did we do that already? I don't think we did. Let's do that now. So back in PowerShell, npm install Vercel blob. There we go. They make everything so nice with the node packages. Import. Now we can close this out. Import put from Vercel blob. So we're importing the put function here, just like it said. And then the way this works is we have const URL equals, so this returns the URL, await put file name hello world access public. So what I want to do is create a file name that will be attached with that user. The user ID is not private, so it's fine to use the user ID for it. So what I'll do is I'll make the we'll say const URL. Actually, let's do the file name first. So const file name equals, and this is going to be the backticks, and it's going to be the ID / avatar.webp. So it's going to be the ID of the user / avatar.webp. And then the content is going to be the actual image. And it doesn't like that. Wait, why doesn't it like that? And then access public. It's okay for this to be publicly accessible. But what's going on here? Why doesn't it like this? Oh, I'm still doing the file name. Sorry. This is just the file name. There we go. Now, await put file name image access public. There we go. So it's saying argument is not assignable to put body, type null is not assignable to put body. Can I cast it? There we go. So we're going to be assuming that, yeah, we're getting a blob here, and then we should be able to put it in there. Now we're going to return response, and this is going to be avatar URL, and this is going to be the URL that comes back. So this is going to return the URL, maybe, Oh, this needs to be const URL equals, there we go. So this is going to return the URL in that post request. So the response should have the URL here. And this should be the fundamentals of the post request. I think that's enough for a 10 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and with this setup, we haven't tested it yet, but at least I think we should have a good structure here.